Hey everyone, this is Riffraff. This is Disgaea D2, Brighter Darkness, episode 58. And yep, you can see some stuff happened off camera, quote unquote. Item World Senate. Oh my gosh. One item world item led to another. Soon everyone had to have their items upgraded. Things got a little out of control, I'm not gonna lie. But we got teamwork up. Everyone's got their different spells learned. Here's Lunar coming in, swooping in on some heavy. Ah, devastating. Johnny's sad. Yeah, we found Johnny. Slapped him across the face. He likes it, actually. Doesn't matter, Johnny. You're still not getting played. Sorry, man. Ah, all sorts of new moves and stuff. Look at Butter, man. That priest is unhappy. Getting carried off into the sunset. Goodness. Amazing animations. Here's Laharl. Can't be outdone. Has to come in on a meteor. Some shit. Wow. He likes that one. You can tell he's very content with that meteor. A lot of stuff, man. A lot of stuff went on, but it was all, item world grindy. Oh, here's Pretty Overlord. He's gonna get in some. He's been working his magic. People have been working their magics and skills and all sorts of things. Weapon skills. Our guys are a lot stronger. We're gonna have to go to 20 stars. Wow. Always have to have the last laugh. Anyways. Check it out. Alright, so let's have a look at the characters, their gear, their skills, that type of thing. Just get caught up to date. Yes, these are sorted by level. And Lunar, 301. Good God, she's turned into a beast. You can quickly just see the equipment. I'm not going to go down in detail. She's got the hand power. It's not the strongest weapon, but it has a 2 range. And I leveled it up to 30. Happy to do that. It was good enough, and it's kind of paling compared to some of the other weapons at this point, but still pretty good. I have to find like a newer version that of the two attack, or I don't know. I mean, I guess you can, once you use item world enough on an item, you get enough levels down, you can pass a build to increase the attack distance. So that might be something, is to do that on a stronger piece of gloves. We'll go a little bit quicker, but well, let's see. Let's see what are their, what do we have for skills? Anything new? Beast King, I think, was the last thing that we got. I don't remember. Aura Punch is a really good single target melee attack. Big Bang, I think a lot of Disgaea fans know what this is. This is a 3x3 AoE of Doom for the Fist user. And already at level 2 on that. She is a 6-star Godbuster. Pretty nice, pretty nice. Bridget, rocking the Sorcerer Rod, 35 levels of that. And what are her skills? Well, you know her skills: Fire, Wind, Ice, Star, and some support. You got the Magic Boost, Shield, Braveheart. Good stuff. Malgras, he is turned into quite a killing machine now at 3rd in all-time levels. Rocking the green gear, but he's got a Mad Dinosaur, which is a really good weapon. Let's see, we can look at it real quick just by itself. That's with 20 levels on it. 749 attack, 294 and hit. You can see the numbers. It's pretty good. Ties together with some other really, really, really nice green armor, or green items, accessories. The royal ring here has been popped up to level 30. I don't remember doing that. There's a lot of things that went through level item world, so I forget exactly, but you can see the stats are just insane. Here's kind of closer to what it started with the base 1. And this 9-tail is really cool too. It's a piece of armor. It's a lot of defense, but it also has a move, sort of like the bug hero suit that really liked. We got into now Malgros. He's really good. Again, close up, single target. He's got really well those 2 spells for Lightning God Slash and Black Death Circle for close up. The sword spell now goes 4 tiles away. As long as you're lined up, it does a lot of damage and has fire element. It's your mounted X Slash. I really don't have him mounted very much. He's pretty just good, just going out and doing his thing. You get a lot of team attacks with him. Now, Joe, this is where the mess started. I wanted a better axe for him, and this wasn't it. It was like using that butterfly axe. I'm like, well, this is humiliating. So what did I give him instead? Maybe you know. Yes, the lollipop. We leveled up a lollipop to level 35, and if you're not aware, it's got that sweet tempter innocent, which at the end of the turn heals you for 50% of your hit points, which is pretty nice. The downside is this weapon has no attack whatsoever, so as it scales up, you don't get that. You just get defense and res, and you pop that thing full of nice hit points, innocence, that kind of thing, and it's pretty neat. But I just got a little tired of that one too, and said, hey, I got the Aether, probably the best weapon we found so far that's yellow, and went ahead and leveled that up, and now he's got insane attack. Everything's scaling very nicely with him. He's got the muscles, so plenty good tank. He probably could sacrifice some of that muscle for another move, but it's okay. He's used situationally. He's used to defend and do a lot of team attacks. Get that stuff started without having to worry about counter attacks. What is his stuff? I guess he's probably Laharl's. Yeah, he's Laharl's apprentice. So some of these skills are just part of Laharl's, and he'll never learn them because he's an axe user. What's new? Yeah, there's a couple new ones. Axe wheel, I think probably the last one that we saw. Dynamic moon. Yeah, very very nice. You can use it in 4 different directions, and it's really versatile because you can, it doesn't have to be. It just has to be lined up within 2. Nice power, nice attack. And this Plasma Sky, another close-up one. I mean, he's got 3 of them like this now, right? Boulder and Helmet Crusher, like the first 2 he learned. They're not really all that different. One costs a little bit more, scales better. And then Plasma High is kind of the same thing, but just Plasma Sky, but SS power. And that's El Diablo. Hopefully I showed this in the video before. It's one of those super rare NPCs that were selling skills, and it costs 4 million to get this El Diablo. And there were different skills. Some were 2 million, some were 4. And Joe's skills all attack straight up the middle in lines. And I thought this would be an excellent one to have also for those cases where you can't attack things in lines and you have them off to the sides. I haven't used it very often, but it's a really nice spell. Etna, we've got a level 20 Thunder Spear. What's that look like? It's got innocence in them, right? So it's not exactly what you see, but yeah, pretty good. Nice attack. Been building more an attack and less defense around her, especially with her ability where she gets an additional, what is it, 50% or something. Yeah, here. If target has full health, damage dealt increased by 50%. So that's just damage dealt. That's not even like an attack or whatever. I mean, whatever you're using. Let's see, where else? What are we doing? We got Faust. He's been really busy. He's rocking the hand power too. Again, a little bit underwhelming at this point. His doesn't have any in a sense, so you can get kind of an idea. It's still really good. You know, I mean, it's 20 levels on this one. The attack and speed are really quite up there when you got 20 levels on it, and it's got that 2 attack range. So I'll still use it. It's just his attack is much lower than most people's because it was one of the first things that leveled up. So I don't think he has too much in terms of notable skills. Mostly everything fist based. There's no uniques, so yeah, all that stuff basically coming from either training it himself or learning it from Lunar. Butter's doing good. Butter's great, man. Once I figured out how to use him, use the slumber spell, he's just incredible. He's not even using any move equipment anymore. He's pretty fast on his own. What's that, base 7 move? Let's see here. This bikini armor, that's pretty bad. That probably could be changed. Let's see if there's any really obvious stuff here. That's kind of obvious right there. Either one of these. He doesn't really do much. He's got 70% of the defense though, so let me just kind of look over here. Could use speed. Just looks like the next decent item he can replace. Well, I can go ahead and change one of these out because something here is going to be better than that. That's super old at this point. Let's see. Yeah, those 9-tail, look, that +1 move is pretty cool. I'm not going to break the set bonus for it though. Well, I could. It's not terrible, but yeah, I'll just put this happy cape on there. That's an upgrade across the board. So, what's his skills? He's got some really nice stuff here. The Moth Field is nice AoE. Does a confusion ailment. Doesn't have an element. Sunset Lullaby. This is a very versatile skill. Look at the range. I mean, it attacks one thing in a huge radius. Very nice. And then the Moth Tornado, the mounted, he's very rarely mounted as well. But there's that if we need it. He's got a few other things. The heal is pretty important for him. I should probably give him some bigger heals because there's times where he's out there, he's in-based and could stand to help fix someone up. Megan, alright, so she's got the Dead Chaser. That's another gun that has additional range, I believe. Let me just look at it. It has, oh no, wait, this one does not have any innocence. Because she's mainly just pops the chests open, the treasure chest, with her ability. You know which one it is. It like is +3, yeah, increase item rank by 3 when defeating treasure chests. So she goes out, shoots things with the chests. Pretty good equipment. No complaints. It's really hard to steal stuff when the monsters are super high level though. Pretty much 0% a lot of the time. Pure Flan. Yeah, what happened to her staff? I mean, she had the undead staff, and it was pretty good, but it's been outdone. The undead staff, you can just see its base stats. They're not bad still. I mean, it's level 60, and there's some cool things you can do at 60, like increase its attack range by going to the item assembly. But as I said, you know what? It's just too much work to keep up with it. Go ahead and upgrade. We upgraded to the contract staff. Of course, she's hoarding all of the most awesome orbs in the game, and rightfully so after last map of story where she just was unkillable. I mean, I looked at it, you know, it's like the NPCs were kind of being stupid too, casting their resist breaks and not focusing fire. I mean, they probably could have, like, if they were smart, if it was a player, you know, one of them would do like a fire resist break or whatever she's weakest to, and then the other one would pound her with that kind of spell. But they were just kind of all over the place, and no way they were going to get, you know, past that 6,000 res that she had, partially due to her ability as well in this form, where, you know, she had percentage to her stats added by how much she was healing or something like that. She have any new cool spells? I mean, she's kind of collected everything, so it's kind of a pain finding spells sometimes. But she's got all the elements, the heals, the buffs. She can do it all, and this extreme love is quite amazing. We've seen that already, but it's still pretty neat and probably gonna go away at the end of this chapter. So, Cicely. All right, so she's got a white book. What's that all about? Well, it's a pretty good white book. Let's check it out. There's 20 levels onto it, and probably one of our best weapons. Insane amount of of course there's some statisticians or innocents in there, so it's skewed a little bit. She's got one of the leftover orbs. Poor girl. Flaunt's hoarding them all. Yeah, I don't have any better. And her skills, I don't think I've tried the Sea Dragon Bang, but look at that nice AoE, 2x3. Water element. She's got a lot of water spells. Well, actually, all these book spells are different, but her basic ones are. She's got the water AoE with the delivery. Well, anyways, and she's got the other element skills too. She's learned them all. Haven't really used them enough to get some levels like the star, ice. This should be a little higher so she get more range and stuff. She also has. Shield has been boosted up to 10, which is amazing. And magic boost magic wall is up to 9. So you can pretty much get the whole team that you have out there with one of those two things, whichever's most important. And of course, those buffs last 3 rounds. That's pretty neat stuff. Magic wall. Magic boost is another good one. Trying to get a lot of people to learn that. And so she's got a really awesome book though. So most of the time she's buffing, but she can deal out some hurt. Laharl, I haven't been using that much, but I get him one of those weapons too. I was rocking a 30 level green, or it's a green level 30 sword. It was a big snake, and it was doing alright. But once this dropped, it was basically, it's like it sells for like 8 million gold or something crazy. It's one of those drops that you just keep going in the item world deeper and deeper, and different, and stronger item worlds, and weird stuff starts dropping like that where you've never seen it before, and it's pretty damn good. Let's have a look at it real quick. 178 gladiators, so some more attack than you would expect, but it's still quite good, and only 20 levels on that, so a lot of room for improvement. Some of these haven't had any bills associated with like improved stats or anything like that. Most of the weapons that I've gone through don't. Some of them do. And he's got some good muscles going. The belt's pretty good. Overall, this equipment is kind of not great, but I haven't really been using Laharl. I've been working on some of the other guys like Pretty Warlord. Yeah, finally figuring out how to use him. He's a mage, right? Cast some spells, damn it. He's sort of the backup mage. Him and Cicely sort of are the second to Bridget, and he's got some really sweet equipment. This 3-star emblem, very nice. 754 attack and int. With this flavor of the weapons, often you'll have a lot. All the time you have attack and int both. It's split, so stat them together and imagine like 1500. I don't think this even. Yeah, I don't have any innocence. Started switching him over, taking away the muscles. Less likely to throw him now, more likely to cast devastating spells with him, so giving him appropriate equipment there. These bug hero suits have to go. These are super old, but they're giving them the +1 move right now. And hopefully I can find some more nicer things. Tricky Dick, this is the reincarnated Richard, and I switched his ability over to, what is it? This one increases movement by 5, but any attack with death blow with this unit. So this is my item world runner. I probably really want 2 of them, but for now I wasn't planning to do it quite as much as I did. So this guy is good for that. He's quite nice. Just can't leave him out there to get hit or he'll die because of that ability. What's his equipment? Some pretty nice white items. It's double hand wraps. You know, haven't been worked on at all. Look at those stats, pretty damn good. Uh, you know, all this equipment. He is based around move, so he needs to get from A to B, clear those maps. What does he have? Anything on stats with him? Any spells of mention? No, just a fist user. Doesn't. He's got a few things actually. Yeah, these armor break or resist break haven't been working on him much at all. Oh yeah, and of course he's got slumber too. So I have been working that one because that is a game changer. That spell is just amazing. So him and Butter both have slumber patrol, and they do a lot of work with their amazing range, especially this guy. With his range, his slumber isn't as high, but he definitely can move. 15 base move there. Everything considered. So Lanza, she's still very useful. I'll still bring her out for the move buff, mostly. I don't think her equipment's anything of note. Just, you know, kind of the best archer type yellow stuff. A grunge bow is quite good. Oh, it looks like it has some innocence on there, so that's probably attack and hit. So those were like perfect for an archer. Decided to get them. So that bow's not quite as good as it appears, but still not bad. Not bad. Good crit rate, and definitely could work on that one. But you know, mostly using her for buffs. Asagi is an amazing character right out of the box. Oh wait, let's see if there's any. Yeah, move up to 8. Magic extender. Been working on that a little bit. Mostly everything else is pretty standard. Although you can't really transfer these. A lot of these are unique. These ones aren't, but these are all unique and you can't transfer them. So the Sea Angel is another character that I made one of, which we'll come up to. And she has similar skills. Asagi though, look at her skills real quick before her other stuff. AoE. Out the box. Another one. So you get these 3 unique skills that she brings to the table. They're all very effective. This one has an amazing animation. I haven't been really using her much. I did for a stint, but I don't know, for some reason just kind of fallen by the wayside. It looks like she has some skills to learn from Lanza or Charlotte, one of them. This icicle sword gun is pretty good too. Probably seen that already. And some stats. I mean, she's a really good character. I can see why people would want to use her. And now we can go back and look at her stats. So she's using the old well rod that Megan was using, and you know, leveled up to 40. It's pretty good. And she has all the innocence on there too. So I guess I was planning to do some work with Asagi, but I don't know, it's hit or miss with her. I could use her every time, but it's just you can only bring out 10, so use another ones more. Z, I just got this book. This is an amazing book, and probably would be the next one that I would dive into at this point if I was going to continue on with the item worlding like I have been. But no, we're not going to do that. We're going to go and finish the story because we're getting too strong. And even at 20 stars, it's like, I'm not saying we're like over level, but we're there. You know, we can deal with the 20 stars. So no need to keep going with this stuff until after in the post game and so forth. So she's got some shoes, a couple orbs, some of the nicer green orbs. I don't think I haven't. Oops, I just screwed up. Get that back. I haven't done too much with Z, but trying to get her skills up as I can. Yeah, she still only has these 3 book skills. A little slow. Transferred other spells to her. Sorry, Z's a guy. I know it's confusing. You're not the only one. Some more buffs. A decent backup healer. Needs to come out more. Johnny, I'd never use Johnny anymore. He's using the backup stuff. I leveled him up to 100 just to get, I think, the Terra Ice, and that's kind of it. Same thing with Lucy for her wind. Although her stuff that she's holding is actually very good. That staff of happiness is you know, it's up there. It's not a stupid amazing, but it's pretty good. It would be one that if I really needed a backup staff, if I needed someone else to use that, then I probably would take that from Lucy and do that with. Charlotte kind of fallen by the wayside too. You know, my original archer healer. She's you know, she's got a real good ability. It gives her the +2 to the attack range, but just, you know, again, kind of falls outside that limit. I'm usually bringing out a couple monsters, and Charlotte just, you know, that Lanza's does pretty well as an archer, so Charlotte's kind of, you know, just in there once in a while, once in a great while. Wait, what do I want to do? Whoa. Freaked out. We're almost done here. Oh. Charlotte, yes. Okay, so does she have anything? Just these basic bow skills, and of course some support stuff. It's always good to have Braveheart and Shield and stuff like that on multiple characters, so that if you need, you know, a bunch of guys buffed all in one turn, you can bring out several guys to do that. Jan, I haven't given up on Jan. She's got some strength for sure. Not rocking the best equipment there, but, you know, hey, she's very situational. Comes in for her ability, which, oh boy, I'm sure you already know, increases element stats of ally units on map by 20%. So she can come out, get everyone a little bit more shored up against magic, and she's got more stuff. These three, I have to build them up so that she can AoE that stuff at the beginning for situations, but you know, she's good. And then these anti ones, pretty rarely use these. I'm sure they're really good in certain spots, and if they're all leveled up. I mean, what spell isn't much better when it's all leveled up, you know, in terms of how many things you can cast down at once, and you know, that kind of thing. But you know, mostly just bring her in once in a while for her ability and again, some support. Not a big deal. Tom, he's the item world hero, though since I've turned off the geo panels, he's never comes out. So he's rocking a pretty good rod there. It's the same one that Bridget has, that's yellow and pumped up, but his is white and not. But still pretty good. You can see kind of what it looks like with its base stats. 408 int, 179 res. It's up there. It's quite good. Tom hasn't seen the light of day in quite some time. He's got a bunch of these things that I guess you can't do the bonus change outside item world, so yeah, I don't know. If I turn on the geo panels again, then yeah, maybe bring him up. Polly, she's a new character that now, you know, monsters do have gender, so because I've seen the gender specific abilities affect them differently. Polly, well, let's just look at her stats real quick. She's got the same sort of unique stuff that Lanza has. All these 5 are really good, and so it's good to have 2 guys. Her ability right now is EXP plus 10% for every character on the map. You can also change that to mana. I'm not sure what the mana one, how much it is. It's probably another plus 10% or something like that. So yeah, it's kind of neat to have, you know, a couple different options in terms of who you come out and buff with. At some point that ability for EXP will be exploitable, and I get some, you know, super way to grind levels. She'll probably want to be out there to help that a little bit even faster. I haven't even seen some. Most of these doesn't look like I've casted one of these spells. So I'll definitely have to check those out and see what those animations look like. And she has a bunch of other stuff to learn if she wants, which she could probably do. She got pretty good stats. 130% on the int, 140%. So definitely a very good character. Could turn into another mage, backup mage. Right now she's just mostly used for buffs at the beginning of a stage. And that's only sometimes. So Mandy's one of the printies I reincarnated, and I didn't do any like tower power leveling with her. And the same thing with Tink. I just got them into situations where they could help with team attacks, and that leveled them up real quick. Going through the item world, I mean, all they do is stand next to someone who's attacking, and if they get a team attack, they get the EXP too. If they don't, they can go back into base or stay on the map if they're not in danger. Try it again. It's really that simple, and these are pretty cool. I think I screwed up on Mandy though. I put a lot of points into attack, and you have the choice. But I noticed that since leveling her up, she's getting some spells that are based on int. So all these uniques are based on what weapon you have in your hand, I think. So they all show attack, but all these spells, she's not learning these from other people. She's learning them as she levels. So she's supposed to be a mage, I think. It was kind of confusing because if you look at her aptitude, I wasn't really sure where the what she was. What attack and int, it's the same as res, kind of all over the board. So I started with attack. I mean, it's potentially I'll reincarnate her later and kind of get everything in an int direction. But what's her good spells? This pink illusion, I like that. That seems pretty decent. Her thing is putting deprave on creatures, and I can't quite remember at the moment, but it's actually a good debuff, a good status ailment. Some of these haven't used. I guess I haven't used Nightmare Carnival. I've seen it used against me, but some good AOE there. And then there's the mounted, which again never really use the mounted anymore. Although I probably should, I mean, because there's going to be times when you need that pattern, and you want the deprave. I don't know. Tink, let's see what. Yeah, so she's got a bunch of white stuff, very good white stuff, some of the best. Tink, the same type of deal. She was created in terms of from one of the old printies. We didn't need any more. She's using the big snake, hand-me-down. You see, it's not very good. And that's what. Oh well, it's not too bad, but that's 30 levels of that. That's what Lahara was using before, but he's got something a lot better now. She's rocking some more. Everyone's rocking stuff today. Sorry, I keep saying that, but she's got all of the kind of hand-me-downs. Decent, a really good white ring. Haven't really used her on her own yet, just kind of leeching experience at this point. Amber, the Beast Queen, haven't really used her at all, and she's got decent equipment now just because of things that I found in item worlds. Had to go someone. Her defense is a decent stat. I don't know if she really needs a breastplate, but I mean, if not her, who? Really, not really using that on Joe the Warrior or Etna too much anymore, the defensive stuff. But, if someone wants to, she can. And this is a character that's all about, like, dealing with monsters, right? She's got some unique stuff. This Wild Groom increases the monster EXP mana by 100%. Power up target monster. I don't really know how to use them, unfortunately. So, yeah, she's kind of not really used much, and may not be, I don't know. Homer, poor bastard. He got his climax with Bridget, and she just said, screw you, I'm moving on. Becoming the strongest character in the game. Homer's left kind of, it's a sad story. I feel bad for him, but I don't know. Maybe it's his equipment. Maybe he's wearing 3 hats. She doesn't like that. I don't know. Decent. It's old though. Same thing with this. I've never really used him too much on his own. As you can see, his regular skills, the mounted one, seemed like I did it a lot when him and Bridget were hanging out. But I don't know. Don't know what to do with Homer too much. He's kind of weak, and not just in level, but his skills are all like single target and stuff like that. I think we're almost done here. All these other guys are just these old extra monsters I made and throwing on some whatever backup. That's actually really nice weapon that I might go into though. That Don's using this Jaws. You can see its base stats with nothing cleared out. So yeah, that's very strong. I might get in and use that. It seemed like it was appropriate for the shark to have a Jaws as the weapon. And yeah, his defense 140%. So I guess this is where the defensive stuff is pretty much going. The best of the best. I don't think there's anything. Double check real quick. I have a lot of armor. I mean, not too many people use the armor. I have them loaded up with things that they're good at with the aptitudes. So yeah, Brigadine. That's the other one. One that gets better, I think. Yeah. What are his skills? Shark Slider. Lorenzini. Oh, that's like the kind of the pile driver move where he sort of drills down with his nose. It's kind of neat. And then this AoE mounted. Again, not really using these other guys. At some point, it might though. That dude's decked out for someone I'm not using, and who's at the very bottom of the levels. So, yeah, I think it's going to be this whole episode just catching up. It's 38 minutes now. If you want to look at the likability for Faust, he's the one that's sort of making things happen. Because of his ability, when he does team or combo attacks, he gets an additional 50%, I think. Let me see. Yeah, attack power. So that's really sweet. And the fist weapons are really good for creating combos and team attacks too, apparently. So that's what the game told me. So yeah, his likability, look at this. Lunar maxed out. Joe, Etna maxed out. Laharl, Sicily is coming up. Almost maxed out, you know. So he's been working on it. He's been working on getting that likability, doing a lot of team attacks. He's going to be a good character. He is a good character. If he had a better weapon, he'd be up there with everyone else, destroying things. As it is, he does a pretty decent job, but usually as a team. And then Butter, man. I don't know what I would do without Butter right now. He's just saving me. When there's monsters that are 100 levels higher than me, and I need him asleep, Butter's the guy I called on. I thought his ability kind of sucked. But I was looking, I'm like, there's not a better one. And plus, I was thinking, well, you know, it's like I'm not really using Homer. I'm not going to use the poison. It works, I believe, with the sleep, too. So, you know, that's why the sleep is so effective. It fails sometimes, but not very often. And his ability is probably a big reason for that. Anyway, this has been super long, rambly video with actual no gameplay, just catching up. Hopefully it has been somewhat interesting. And we will continue on with the story at 20 stars. Let me just go double check, make sure. 20. Yeah. And it might be too hard. I don't know. I did a 20 star a couple maps back, and it was doable. It was one of those, the gimmicky one, not the bridge one, but the one before that where he had all the geo panels. He unlocked a piece at that time. And was able to hang in there. But I already knew the perfect strategy pretty much for doing that, you know, after completing it and thinking about it and so forth. So with a fresh map and trying to figure out things on the fly, I suspect there might be a game over or two before the end of this thing. In any case, I'll see you next time. Peace.